Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Charlotte Ashman. Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything educational and inspirational. Now in today's video, we will be helping with the PEP ability test preparation. Okay, so I am going to share a secret with all my students. I have a little, what I call a secret weapon that I've been using with my extra special students. I'm going to share it with everyone. So for today's preparation, let me just share my little secret and I'm going to tell you how you guys can benefit. All right. So let me share my screen. Now, guys, as you notice, I'm coming from somewhere different today. Okay. So my regular space is not available and I'm working out of another space in my home. So I see Dejane has joined me first today. Iwar is online. David Blake, welcome. Nikkei, welcome. Nikkei, First Lady O'Reilly, welcome, First Lady. No, we're not going on Zoom today. We're just going to be on Facebook Live and on my YouTube channel, Pep Talk with Dr. Charlotte Ashman. So I'm streaming live on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Good evening, Dejane. Merlin Fraser, welcome. Kemoy Wint, welcome. All right, guys, so we're gonna have fun today because we're gonna have a long live. We're gonna learn a lot. So grab your pencils and papers. We're gonna do some work today. Now, guys, like I said, I have a secret weapon that I'm gonna share with you. Let me show you. Now, this here that you're looking at is my latest work, okay? Now you'll notice it says PEP practice for grades 4, 5, and 6 students, my brand, ability test mock exam. Now we have developed a series of mock exams, past papers, and basically they are designed to simulate the actual exam, okay? So we have these available and we're going to tell you how you can get access to these mock exams. So these are, yes, Megan, that's the new book. Now, let me tell you, it's a series of mock exams. I personally designed these guys. And let me tell you something, if you have teachers on board, you're going to see the method behind Dr. Ashman's madness, right? These mock exam workbooks simulate the actual exam. So if you want to feel like you're in the exam, these are what you need to get. They are $7.50. I'm going to work just from the first page of the workbook today. Now, guys, if you need access to these workbooks, you can get them online. So if you purchase the interactive version, you'll get them, you can download them on your tablets and they'll work offline. So you don't have to be on the internet for them to work. And if you want to get the physical copy, then you need to order from us. Just send me a WhatsApp 351-7777 and I'll tell you how to purchase, right? So it's $7.50 and you need to get them. Now, guys, I am going to take you into my series. I have about 10 of these. So if you need a physical copy, just send me a WhatsApp. You know my WhatsApp, it's 351-7777. That's the WhatsApp, right? 351-7777. Let me just put that up. So if you want to purchase the workbook, the mock exam workbook, it's 351-7777. Okay. All right, we're going to work from a couple of pages. As you know, guys, I can't create anything and not share it with you. All right. All right, so let's share a few questions with you. Now, let me see if I can increase that. All right. It says television is to eyes as radio is to. Okay, I want to hear the answer for that. Television is to eyes as radio is to. All right, what is radio to? Television is to eyes as radio is to what? All right, so Chantal, Lover Girl Brown, hi Miss A, because you use your eyes to observe. Let me just put that up. I love when you guys give me an explanation. It says, Miss A, because you use your eyes to observe what is happening on the television as you use your ears to listen to the radio. That's LaDonna M. King. I'm going to rename you LaDonna Smart King, okay? All right, Howard Miller, ears. But guys, I want you to give me an explanation, man. You know how Dr. Ashman miserable already. Come, give me some explanation. All right, I want to see some explanation. Why is it ears? Why are you saying ears? I see everybody saying ears. Why? Why are you guys saying ears? All right, why are you guys saying ears? Come on, I'm not seeing any explanation to why. Kemoy Wynn says you watch television and listen to radio. So you watch with your eyes, you listen with your ears. Merlin Frazier. Merlin, ears, miss, because television you can see it, and radio you can use the radio for your ears to listen. Miss, put me up. Merlin, see you there. La 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 la. Yup. All right. Okay. So let me share another question from my little secret. Okay. All right. I want you to tell me this one. Car is to road as ship is to what? Car is to road as ship is to what? Let me tell, and I want you to tell me why ship is to whatever. Don't just tell me that ship is to X, Y, or Z. Tell me why. Car is to road as ship is to. Don't just put sail or anything. I want to hear the reason behind what you're saying. All right. Anne-Marie Perry is saying ship is to sea because a ship can travel on the road. I mean, I want a better explanation than that. I want a better explanation than that. Car drive on road and ship sail on sea. All right. Okay, guys. So you see, when you're in the PEP exam, because remember, my students are going to be doing, listen, you guys are going to just tear up this exam, I'm telling you. And when you see a question like that, the first thing I want you guys to do is to say, okay, what is this association? What is the association? So car is to road. What is this association between car and road? All right. So the first thing you're going to say, oh, car drive on a road, right? So car drive on a road. So now you know that whatever they give you after this, if they say ship, you know that ship sail on a sea. If they give you an aeroplane, aeroplane fly in the air. Okay, so that's the association. So car, drive on the road, ship, sail on the sea. Okay, so it can't be sail because tell me, guys, when would sail be the correct answer? All right, let us say that you're saying sail is the correct answer. What would car have to do for ship is to sail? What would I have to have here? Car is to what for the answer to be sail? I hope you you're understanding what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, let us say that we wanted the answer to be sail. What would car have to do for ship to be sail? For ship is to sail. Very good, Megan. So if I had car is to drive, then you would have ship is to sail. You see the association? If I had car is to drive, then and only then would you put ship is to sail. Yeah. All right, now what would I have to put for car if I wanted to say ship is the captain? What would I have to put for car if I wanted to say ship is the captain? Let me see if you guys can answer that. What would I have to put for car if I wanted to say ship is to captain? Yes, Diana Hall. Ooh, guys, you guys are so bright, Christine Livermore, Diana Hall, all of you guys getting it. Guys, so I'm telling us, my students, I'm bright on a bright. Yeah. So if I had car is to driver, then and only then would you put ship is to captain. Okay, so the person who drives the car. Yes, Christine Livermore, driver. Yeah, if I had car is to driver, then that's the time now you would have ship is to captain. All right. Very good, guys. Very good. All right, guys, let me just scroll through a little bit. Remember, we're not coming from our regular space today. I'm in another part of my home. So let me just scroll. Let me just scroll and find something else for you. Now, guys, let me show you the book that I'm using. It's my newest book. You have to get a copy. That's the way you support me. This person's always said, Dr. Ashman, how come you're doing so much free stuff? I mean, how do you make money? All right, so this is how you guys support me by getting my book. Let me show you the book. This is my newest work. It's $750. It's a mock exam. And what I've really done, I have actually created a 40-question PEP mock exam and 20 questions for verbal reasoning and 20 questions for quantitative reasoning. And guys, in addition to creating this workbook, I've created an app that you can download from the Google Play Store. So basically, and it's $5. And I've also created the answers with explanations, so you can get that. I'm going to put that up on my private YouTube channel. I'll give you guys the link. So once you purchase the book, I'll give you a link so you can go and watch the explanation. And if you're a member of learninghub.online, you'll also be able to watch the explanations on learninghub.online. Okay, guys, so this is the book I'm working on. I'm working from today. It's my latest work, and it's ability test mock exams. So if you want a copy of this book, you can WhatsApp me 876-351-7777, or you can call my office 876-926-1221. So I have a series of these mock exam booklets. Okay. All right. I am going to choose another question. This time I'm going to choose from the I like this because I added a question from my personal book. Yes, because sometimes in the verbal reasoning section, they will give you a comprehension passage and ask you questions. So for question number 10, we did just that. Okay, let me share my screen with you. All right, I wonder if you can see that. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me make sure that you can see that page. All right. All right, let me see if you guys can see that. Oh, still a little bit hard to see. Let me try a little bit more. All right, tell me if you guys can see that. Okay, you should be able to see that. So I want you to read that passage, and then we have 2 questions to answer from that. All right, I see you say it's blurry. All right, tell me, guys, can you see? Just put yes, I can see, or no, I can't see. Just tell me if you can see. I'm depending on you guys to tell me if you can see my screen. All right, you say it's okay now. All right, guys, read the passage, and we can read it together. It says, My first recollection of my life was as a child, aged 4, living in the country with my grandmother, who was affectionately called Mama, and my grandfather, whom everyone called Dada. As an infant, my life was very structured. Every day I woke up at 5 a.m. and went to the river to fetch drinking water and have a bath. Mama would then give me my breakfast, which usually consisted of busy tea or cow's milk and bread with eggs. If Mama had no bread, she would roast sweet potatoes that came from her farm. Now that I'm reflecting, I realize that almost all of our food was homegrown. That's nice. Okay. So that's my first recollection of my life. And that is from my book called Limitless. That's my personal autobiography, Limitless. All right. So let's see the questions that I came up with. Let's see the questions. All right. I'm just going to give you one question. You need to get the manual if you want to get everything. All right, so let's look at that question. It says, means the same as homegrown. What means the same as homegrown? What means the same as? So Kemoy went to saying grown in one's garden. Limitless faith. You have the same name as my book. You're saying okay. Christine Livermore is saying C, miss. Okay, let me take that off so we can see what is C. You're saying, so what means the same as homegrown? So when I say almost all, now that I'm reflecting, I realize that almost all of our food was homegrown. What do I mean by homegrown? What does that mean? And guys, if you have friends doing PEP, just invite them to our live. Just let them know that we are on. They can watch us on my YouTube channel, Pep Talk with Dr. Charlotte Ashmont, or they can join us on Facebook, and that is our Facebook page, PEP, or they can join us on our Facebook page, Learning Hub JA. All right, so what means the same as homegrown? Yeah, grown in one's own garden. That's what homegrowns mean. Grown in one's own garden. Yeah. All right, let me get another question for you. And guys, I'm not shy to remind you that we're getting all these questions from my latest book. Yeah, that's the book. And you guys need to get a copy. You can get a copy from me by sending a WhatsApp to the number on the screen, or you can go to Learning Hub eBooks, www.learninghubebooks.com. You can get a copy from there. Okay, hold on. That's the book. You can get a copy from learninghubebooks.com, or you can send a message rather to the number on the screen. Yeah? Okay. All right, I'm going to grab another question. Let me grab another question. Guys, if you have questions, feel free to just shoot them to me. I love this question. Okay, let me see this question. I love question number 22. All right, I'm going to give you question number 22. Question 22. Let's go. Look at question 22, my lovelies. Look at question 22. Look at question 22. 22. All right, guys, what is missing? Which number replaces the question mark? Let me see if you guys are smart, really smart. I know you are. Which number replaces the question mark? No, my latest book is not in the bookstore. You can get it from me by sending a WhatsApp to 876, the number on the screen, 351-777. Yeah, it's not in the bookstore, says yes. All right, guys, I want an explanation. You can't just put 30, you can't just put 35, you can't just put 40. You need to give me an explanation. All right, I'm going to put up all of you guys. I'm going to put up your answers. All right, so Christine is saying 30, Miss Christine. The Chromas, that's Chromas. Misha is saying 30. Christine Livermore 30, but I'm not even paying attention to your answers because you guys are not giving me explanations. So Samara is saying 30. Kemoy Wint saying 30. Bernice Ferguson is saying 30. Carl Lanya is saying 30. Diane Hall is saying 30. Everybody saying 30. So Miss, I get this in my class. Miss, how do you log into Learning Hub? You have to get a subscription, www.learninghub.online. Bernice Ferguson, 30. Shelly Myrie Sims, 30. Christine Livermore again, 30. Samara Vise, counting by 5. Counting by 5. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Bernice Barrett, 30. Bernice Ferguson, 30. Britannia Brissett, 30. Kaveen Christie, 30. Everybody saying 30, but you need to tell me why. Why? At the right side, you deduce 5, and on the right side, you add 5. I really don't understand that. Only if you're mean, we deduct. Miss, if you go around, somebody here, man, see them here. Ooh. All right. Mineable child, Jojo. Mineable child, Jojo. Miss, cause you're counting by 5. I didn't buy 5 in a triangular way, okay? Miss, if you go around the triangle, that is Andrina Forbes, clockwise, it goes up by 5 each time. Anne-Marie Parry, 30, Miss. Miss, put up with, Miss, we did put explanation. All right. Marsha McIntyre, 30, because you're counted by 5. Put me up. See you down there. All right, very good. All right, guys. So look at the big picture. I want you to look at the big picture, right? Notice you have 5. Because you see these triangles, they're there to just throw you off. Okay, guys? And my genius is you guys don't get thrown off. So look at this. You have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You see that, guys? So we start right here and we're counting by 5 as you guys realize. Okay? Now, guys, we have a whole lot of students on and we are only seeing 44 likes. Come on, guys. You know how much already. Put some likes. Yeah, man. Put some likes. Make people say that, yeah, you like what we're doing. Put some likes on me, please. Put some likes. Let us see likes going up. Thank you. All right, I'm going to choose another question from the workbook. I choose another question. And okay, let me choose another question. Right. All right, this is the last question I'm going to choose from this workbook. This is a really good question. But I'm going to let you get the book to get that. All right, we're going to look at the last. Should we look at the last question? Right, let's look at question number 37. We're going to look at question 37. All right, guys, before we look at question number 37, let me remind you about what is expected of you these next coming months. Now, guys, we all know that the only aspect of the PEP exam that we're going to be sitting is the ability test. But guys, that doesn't mean that you're going to stop going to school and you're going to stop doing your maths, you stop doing your English and your social studies and your science, because remember that I told you that you guys are going to be getting a diagnostic test. All right. So that is to see, how you are, test your readiness rather for grade 7. So guys, you have to keep on top of your math. You have to keep on top of all your core subjects, because you'll get your diagnostic test right after the ability test. And guys, something I want you to bear in mind, remember that the ability test has two main areas. You have your verbal reasoning section and you have your quantitative reasoning section. Okay, now your verbal reasoning section, that is where most of your English stuff. Okay, and your quantitative reasoning section, that is most of your math items. All right, your math type reasoning questions. Okay, now guys, this workbook that we're using, this workbook that I'm telling you, grab a copy. It's divided just like the exam, because you'll notice that you didn't do this test, Lisa. This is a new book that is not even on the market. So this workbook that I'm promoting is the same as the real exam. Questions 1 to 20, that's your verbal reasoning. And then questions 21 to 40, that is your quantitative reasoning type questions. Okay, so the real exam, that's the way it's structured, and that's the way these series of workbooks, that's the way they are structured. Similar kind of structure for the workbook. All right, guys, I'm gonna put up question number we're gonna put up question number 37, and let me see how you guys do with that question. All right, I am going to leave you guys to take on that question for a minute. Let me see how you guys do with this particular question. All right, so grab your pen and paper and work this out. We're going to discuss it in a minute. All right, let me see how you guys do with that particular question. Let me see how you guys do with that question. All right, let's go. Let's go, my geniuses. All right, so it says, the diagram below shows how Jacob spends his time on his laptop during the holidays. Jacob spends 8 hours watching videos online. If Jacob were to take half the time he spent watching videos and played games instead, about how many hours in all would he have spent playing games? All right, so notice that Jacob spent 8 hours watching videos, right? Now, if he were to take half the time he spent watching videos and played games instead, about how many hours in all would he have spent playing games? Let me see what you guys say. Miss look like a quarter, so the answer is 4 hours. Put me up. Okay, Merlin, I put you up. All right, 4 hours. Karen McCarthy, 4 hours. Diane Hall, 4 hours. Everybody's saying 4 hours, miss. I need to see the explanation, guys. Diane Hall, it's B, miss, so it's 4 hours. Paul Nicholson, 4 hours. Renice, 4 hours, because it says half, and 8 hours divided by 4 hours equal 4 hours. So 8 hours divided by 2 would be 4 hours. Yeah. Because half of 8 is 4. Yeah. Miss, because you're taking half of the 8 hours and half of 8 is 4. That is correct, guys. Yes. So it's 8 hours, and when you divide that by 2, you're going to get 4 hours. Okay? So that is why it is 4 hours. All right. So that is that for that. So guys, let me show you the book again, and then we're going to jump into something else. We're going to take a break, and we are going to look at something else. So let me show you the workbook. I'm going to show you the workbook. Let me show you the workbook again. All right, guys, this is the workbook. Guys, that's the workbook. That's the workbook. This is your ability test mock exam. And yes, persons have been calling asking, is it different from everything else that is out there for you, Dr. Ashman? The answer is yes. This is new work. I've created a series of mock exams, and these mock exams are designed, these mock exam booklets are designed to simulate the actual exam. So you'll notice that the structure is going to be almost the same. You have your 20 questions for verbal reasoning, and you have your 20 questions for quantitative reasoning. And let me tell you something, guys, it's going to provoke critical thought. And if you want to grab a copy, you can get it by shooting a WhatsApp to 876-351-7777. Or you can go to our website, www.learninghubebooks.com. That's www.learninghubebooks.com. All right, let me do just one last question. Guys, you know something with you guys? I love something about you guys. Every time David Blake, you're saying you never get put up, so you get put up there. Every time I do work with you, you're always telling me, Miss, more questions. Guys, you know, that is just, let me talk to you a little bit. Guys, let me tell you something. That is just commendable, right? I tell parents, you know, today I was talking to a parent and I'm like, you know, my students, they are always asking for more. On a Sunday, you guys call me, Miss, are we going on live on a Saturday? Miss, are we doing live today? Miss, you coming on at 8 o'clock? Guys, that is just so commendable, because what that means is that you want to do work. And guys, let me tell you this. I say this all the time. You see, education, that's a great equalizer. It is. You know, people ask me all the time, why do you give away so much? Why do you spend so much time doing what you do? And I'm going to tell you this, guys. Guys, I grew up in the inner city community of Grandspen. I've spent my earlier years in Grandspen. And I used to sell on the roadside. I used to sell my callaloo. I used to sell guinea at the stoplight. And I used to sell in the market. And let me tell you something, guys. My parents didn't have it, but you know what? Brought me great success, a good education. So guys, I am just imploring, especially if your parents are struggling to send you to school and, you know, struggling to get things going. And, you know, all of us struggling during this time too, during this COVID time, it's stressing us out and all of that. But let me tell you something, guys. Education is the great equalizer. And guys, you know how to you know how you are going to do well? I'm going to tell you the secret to doing well. In order to do well, guys, you have to put in the work. Believe me, guys, nothing comes easy, because if things come easy, everybody would be successful, right? Success doesn't come easy. You have to put in the work. Guys, I know some of you might not like that, right? You might not want to hear that you have to work, and you're just tired of your parents telling you, hey, little Annie, you're going to have to do some work. Dejane, you're going to have to get up off your games and go study. Listen, guys, you have to. That's the way you're going to do well, if you put in the work, okay? So guys, you have nothing, like I said before, I understand that you feel a little bit stressed out because of COVID and so on, but let me tell you something, guys. The ministry has done a great job in the sense that they're saying, okay, we're going to give one exam this year, right? Of course, I told you that you have your diagnostic tests coming up. I'm still trying to put people up while I speak. Cassandra is saying, Miss, I never get put up. All right, see, you get put up there. All right, guys. So let me tell you something now. In order to just mash up this test, I'm going to say my students, you see, you guys that I'm teaching on Facebook and YouTube, you guys are going to just destroy that exam. Let me tell you how you're going to do it. You're going to have to understand what it is that you're going to get in that exam. And by now, my students know what they're going to get in the exam. You know that this is a 40-question multiple choice exam. easy like cheesy. The reason why I say easy like cheesy is because the questions are set at the grade 3 level for the ability test, okay? Now, because the questions are set at the grade 3 level, you guys are in grade 6, you should be able to just destroy that exam. I don't mean tear up the paper now, guys. I mean, destroy the exam. You're going to mash it up, as we say in Jamaica. And let me tell you how you're going to do it. You're going to get ready. And this is how you're going to get ready. You know that the first section is going to be your verbal reasoning. You also know that the second section is going to be your quantitative reasoning. If you are weak in the verbal reasoning, work on that. If you're weak in the quantitative reasoning, work on that. Yeah. So let me show you. You know that the quantitative reasoning questions are similar to they're basically math-driven type questions. And your verbal reasoning are language arts type questions, okay? So just work on that, guys. That's all you have to do. Every single day at 5 o'clock, I have my Zoom classes from 5 to 6, and they are $2,000 per month if you can afford it. If you cannot afford it, then you come for free. You don't want better than that. You come for free if you can't afford it. All you need to do is make sure that you have my books. All right. Let me see if somebody understands what I mean when I say you're going to mash up the exam. What do I mean by that? You're going to mash it up. Let me see who can tell me what I mean when I say you're going to mash up the exam. What do I mean by that? Yeah, the ability test is set at the grade 3 level. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yes, Kimisha, do a good job. So guys, I don't mean that you're gonna go in the exam and mash up the decks and chairs. You're gonna pass easily. You're gonna do well. You're gonna do excellent. You're gonna score more than 100. Mega put up that. Celicia, you're gonna score more than 100. Yes, you're gonna get 100% on AC. That's what I mean when I say you guys, my students that I'm training, you are going to do well. And let me tell you this, guys, all you have to do is to just prepare. All right. So if you realize that you're weak in quantitative, you're gonna spend an extra hour every day and just prepare. Let me show you something, guys. When I say quantitative, what exactly it is that I mean. Let me show you what quantitative means. Give me a second. And you're going to get my book, of course. That's the book on the screen. Let me show you what quantitative means when we say quantitative. All right. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, guys, look at that particular question. That's a quantitative reasoning question. See, it's a math type question. That's what we call a quantitative question. All right. So if you realize that you're weak in these kinds of questions, then you have to go and start working on them. And you have so much time. All right. So look at this kind of question. Let's just do this question together. All right. Okay, look at this. It says select the number that comes next in the sequence of numbers below. Select the number that comes next in the sequence of numbers below. All right. What number is going to come next? I like what LaDonna said. Let me just put up LaDonna a little bit. Miss, we're going to use our knowledge we have stored in our brains, which will give us the power to succeed in the exam. Yes, laddie. Very good. All right. What come next in this series, guys? 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. And I want you to tell me why. Why you're saying, everybody's saying 19. Why? Why are you guys saying 19? Why are you guys saying 19? Oh, by the way, guys, let me just say this. In the real exam, you don't have to give any explanation. They're not asking you for any explanation. I ask you for explanation because I want to see how you're thinking. So in the exam, it's multiple choice. You answer your questions and you're just good to go. All right? So, but when you're answering me, I want you to tell me why you're saying what you're saying. All right, so Ramona says, you are adding, I guess you mean you are, not your. You are adding 2, then adding 4. That's not it. Limitless faith says, what did limitless faith say? 19, because we're going up by 2 each time. But that's not the real answer, limitless faith. Because 13 and what? 13 and 2 is 15 in a limitless faith. Notice that. You're saying we're going up by 2. Look at this. 5 and 2 is 7. But 7 and 2 is not 11. 7 and 2 doesn't make 11. So we're not going up by 2 limitless faith. So you're wrong. All right. Jaden Cameron, what is the price? $750. 19 because it goes up by 2, then 3. So you're saying it goes up by 2, then 3. 5 and 2 is 7. But look at this, guys. If I say 7 and 3, you're not gonna get 11. So that cannot be the explanation. Dagri Johnson Frank. It's not 19 because it goes up by 2, then 3. I'm not saying the answer is not 19, but your explanation is wrong. Cher Warren, 19 because it adds 2 and 4 in a sequence. So 17 plus 2 is next. So let me see. You're saying 2, then 4. All right. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 2 would be 13. And 13 plus 4 would be 17. Okay, so I see you find a sequence there. But that's not the answer that I'm looking for, Cher Warren. Renee Reed, you're saying 19. Venice Barrett, you're saying 19. I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for in a little bit. Carlania Parks, 19 because we're adding by 2, then 4. I see you're coming up with the same reason. All right, let me tell you what that question is about, guys. You know, we're just listing the prime numbers. The prime numbers. So we have 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Yup, 19. All right, guys. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Prime numbers. So this is a kind of quantitative reason. And you see this is a sequence, right? So you know, a typical ability test or a typical test that is going to test critical thought would put a quantitative kind of question like this. You see what I'm saying? Wants to see if you can deduce the sequence, if you can come up with a sequence to get the answer. All right. I'm going to give you one last question from this manual. Guys, you have to get the manual. It's only $750. So I'm not going to give you anything else. This is the last time I'm going to show you anything from this manual. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to show you one more quantitative type question. All right. I love this question. Look at this question, guys. Look at question number 27. Question number 27. Look at that. Question 27. It says Maurice is twice as old as Jennifer. Rex is 5 years older than Maurice, and April is 4 years younger than Jennifer. Order the children by age from youngest to oldest. Order the children by age from youngest to oldest. So Maurice is twice as old as Jennifer. Rex is 5 years older than Maurice. And April is 4 years. I'm not even going to show you the answers. Let me see if my geniuses can work it out without seeing the answers. Okay, let me see if you guys can do that. Well, you're going to see the answer. All right, that's the question. Big and bold. Work that out for me, guys. So Maurice is twice as old as Jennifer. Rex is 5 years older than Maurice. And April is 4 years younger than Jennifer. Order the children by age from youngest to oldest. Order them by age for me, guys. Everybody's saying D. Everybody's saying D. Everybody's saying D. Now, this is a nice kind of question, guys, because let me see how you handle this. It says Maurice is twice as old as Jennifer. So let us say that Maurice is 10. We're assuming that Maurice is 10. We're just picking an arbitrary number, right? If Maurice is twice as old as Jennifer and Maurice is 10, that means Jennifer would be 5. Okay. So right away, we know that Maurice is older than Jennifer. All right. Rex is 5 years older than Maurice. So Rex is older than Maurice. So it's Jennifer, then Maurice, then Rex. That's so far. It's Jennifer, Maurice, then Rex. And April is 4 years younger than Jennifer. So Jennifer was the youngest. Then we had Maurice, then we had Rex, and April is younger, so it would be April, Jennifer, Maurice, Rex. Yeah, D. April, Jennifer, Maurice, Rex. All right, guys, that's the last question I'm going to show you from my workbook. It's my mock exam, 40 questions, and you have the video explanations. Let me show you the workbook again. And you're going to get the book. You're going to get, it's a series that I've done. So we have 10 of these. I'll show you questions from the other one in a little bit. So let me show you. All right, so this is it. This is my newest work. All right, guys. So guys, again, I say to you, if you want to support what I do, then you can grab a copy of my workbook. As you know, I do my sessions totally free. If parents can afford to pay for my Zoom classes, they do. If they can't afford to pay, it's not a big deal. All right, but in order to support me, guys, if you want to, you can grab a copy of my mock exam workbook. And of course, this, you notice I put on it 100% satisfaction guarantee because this book is simulating the actual exam. All right. When you go through at least 10 of these mock exam booklets, you should be really, really, really in a nice place. All right. Okay, guys. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to ask that you just take a break and we're going to come back after 3 minutes and we're going to do something else. So we're going to take a 3 minutes break and we're going to come back afterwards. All right. So grab some water, use your bathroom if you have to, just take a 3 minutes break. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing some additional resources with you today. Right. Okay, guys, if you want, I'm going to get my water. Thirsty. Yeah. All right, we're back. Guys, I want you to ask me questions. You know, we can take we can take a minute and you ask me questions, guys, whatever questions you want to ask. Okay, and I have another resource that I'm going to put up. And whatever you want to ask, I want you guys to ask me. Yeah, I took a break, guys, to drink some water and to get another resource up in our room. All right, guys. Do you want to ask anything? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling? You know, I know this COVID thing just came and just stress you guys out, take over, throw you off balance. But you know, we're gonna get through this together. I'm with you. I'm with you guys. I'm with you. We're gonna beat this. Yes, we are. We are going to beat this, guys. Okay. So how are you guys feeling? You know, how are you liking online classes? Are you liking online classes? Are you learning? Send me some messages. Let me hear from you. Romaine Walter says, I'm feeling better. Awesome. Awesome. You know, guys, I think I shared with you last week. I'm going to start back in a minute. I shared something with you last week that made me so happy. A student sent me a WhatsApp. I don't want to call his name. Sent me a WhatsApp. And the student said, Miss, you know, I did my ability test today and I got 20, I think it was 23. Guys, forgive me if it's not the right number. But anyway, I think it was 23. Said, Miss, I got 23 in my exam. But then the little boy said, but miss, you know what? I am happy because I used to get 13 out of 40 and I used to get 16 out of 40 and now I am getting 23. Thanks, miss. Thanks for your class. And I was just so grateful. Of course, we're going to say thanks to his teachers as well. But, you know, he took the time out to write to me and tell me that my classes are helping him and he's doing much better. But you know what I love about this little boy? He said, miss, I'm getting 23 and I can do better. I am going to do better. But I used to get 13 and 16. So he's putting in the work and he's doing much, much better. And he acknowledged that. And, you know, I just felt so great. And I feel really great too when parents write to me and tell me that the classes are interesting and you guys are loving it. So let me hear from you before I jump back into class to see how you guys feel, you know. All right, so one, it says, Miss, I'm learning a lot of new things and that is good. Iwar says, Miss, which school did you go to in grade 6? I went to Constant Spring Primary School. I went to a primary school. Yeah, nice. All right, Kimisha says, I love the live. Listen to Ladana, guys. Excited for education to proceed entering my brain. So you're happy to get knowledge. Dejanay Williams says, I'm not going face to face. Okay. Christine Livermore says, Miss, are you going to get a scholarship from you? I guess you mean, are we going to get a scholarship from you if we do well? No, Christine, you're not getting a scholarship, but I'll give you a big up, okay? And I'll give you a Miss Kitty. La 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 la. Let's see. Good so far, Jaden Cameron. Oh, let's talk a little bit about the diagnostic test. So guys, you know me already. Since you guys are going to get the diagnostic test after your PEP ability test, I'm going to prepare you for that. So I'm going to put out resources for that and I'm going to have Zoom sessions for that. And guys, as usual with my Zoom sessions, it's $2,000 a month if you can afford it. If your parents can't afford it, just come for free. That is my thing. So it's like a contribution. It's like when you go to church. If you want to give a contribution, fine. If you don't, I don't care. So that's what we're going to do for the diagnostic test. We're going to have Zoom classes so that I can help you prepare and you pay if you can. All right, let me see what questions you guys have. Megan says, Miss, I'm absolutely loving it. Whiskey said, Miss, the class is very awesome. Nice. Thank you, guys. Yes, I love your class, Miss. I love the live more, though. Yeah, I love the live too, guys. I love Zoom, but I love the Facebook Live because you guys can participate and then I get to save the videos so you guys can always go back and watch them. All right. Jeanette Murphy says, Miss, my cousin is going there. Awesome. Yeah, it's a very good school. They have a great principal as well. Oh, look at Dejanay. Look at Dejanay. Dejanay said, Miss, these classes are helping me because one day in class, I was the only person who could answer and explain the question. Very good. Very good. Yes, Anne Meyer says, I have my test soon and I'm certain I will pass. And Anne, you need to come back and share with us, you know, how you did. All right. Miss, can it finish at 8 today? No, we're going to finish in a little bit. Miss, we appreciate your effort. Thank you so much. All right. And of course, I enjoy having you guys. Shanae says, I really like how you're full of vibes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Simone German says, Miss, I like how teach. I guess you mean how I teach. It makes me understand better. Thanks. All right. Let's move on. Miss, it is helpful. Christine says, Mr. Diagnostic determines which grade 7 class you go to. You know, to be honest, guys, I don't really know. I'm going to come back at you tomorrow with an answer for this. All I know is that after your ability, you're going to get a diagnostic. So I guess it depends where in the new school you'll be placed. I'm not sure, but I'll come back at you tomorrow, right? So we're going to help you to prepare for those diagnostic tests, okay? And of course, you'll have the videos. You can always go on YouTube and watch them. Vernon Downer is saying, I'm trying to cope with the new normal. The live is really informative. Keep it up. I'll try, Veron. Love the way you teach, Christine. All right, guys, let's go. Now, guys, you know that in addition to my workbook that I showed you today, I'm always using a tool called learninghub.online. Now, guys, if you're not on Learning Hub, you need to be on Learning Hub. Learninghub.online, it's $1,500 Jamaican for 3 months. And you get a lot. I can't say how much, you get a lot of resources. Okay, guys? So if you have internet, you should get a subscription to the Learning Hub. All you have to do is go to learninghub.online and you will get access. Okay, so I'm going to log into the Learning Hub and we're going to look at some questions. Okay. All right, let's look at question number 2. I like question number 2. See if I can make this bigger. Okay, look at question 2. All right, it says, oops, we can't, that's a little bit blurry. All right, let me see if I can get a question. If I can get a question. I want a quantitative question, but I want something that is not so long that you can see. All right, let's see if you can see this. All right, look at this. After a long day out, the teens compared their phone battery percentage. Jim had 12% battery life. Sam had 3 times as much as Jim, and Sarah had 7% less than Jim. We know that. What do we know? So after a long day out, the teens compared their phone battery percentage. Jim had 12% battery left. 12% battery life left. Okay, that's Jim. 12% battery life. Sam had 3 times as much as Jim. And Sarah had 7% less than Jim. We know that. What do we know? What do we know? What do we know? Tell me, what do we know? So, come on, guys. I'm not seeing what we know. All right. Whiskey Gully, Roach Anderson. Whiskey Gully Roach Anderson. Whiskey Gully Roach Anderson. Why you call yourself Whiskey Gully Roach? You need to tell me that. All right. So Whiskey is saying that Sarah had 5% battery life. Okay. Castell is saying Sarah has 5% battery. But guys, you need to tell me why. Why are you saying that Sarah had 5% battery life? Why? Yeah, man, come put in on an explanation. But you're asking me to put you up, but you don't put anything. Let me put you up. Who's asking me to put them up? But you're not putting any explanation. I need to say explanation, guys. Marie James is saying, what do we know is gym 12%? Yes. Okay, so how are you gonna work the others? Ah, guys, I just love when you bully me to put you up. All right, Castell Thomas, because if you take away 7 from 12, you get 5. Put me up. Yes, I'm gonna put you up there. All right, so after a long day out, the teens compared their phone battery percentage. Jim had 12% battery life left. Sam had 3 times as much as Jim, and Sarah had 7% less than Jim. We know that. What do we know? So we know that Jim had 12% battery life left. We know that Sam had 3 times as much as Jim. So 3 times 12 is going to be 36. All right. And Sarah had 7% less than Jim. So if Jim had 12 and Sarah had 7% less, then 12 minus 7, you know that Sarah had 5. So Sarah has 5% battery life left. All right, guys. Now, let me show you again. We are on the Learning Hub website. It's www.learninghub.online. And, you know, my company was the first company in the Caribbean to introduce e-learning. So to date, we have had hundreds, over 400 students using our websites and gaining scholarship. We started out with a website called gogsat.com, and then we changed to learninghub.online in 2015. We were the first company in the Caribbean to start this business, this e-learning business. Guys, let me tell you something. We know what it is that we're doing. For this website, it's only $1,500 for 3 months. So if you want to get access to hundreds and thousands of resources, this is the place to be. All right. So you're talking about $500 a month, guys. Come on. If you don't have a credit card, you can always call the office. You can put the money in our bank account, or you can pay at Paymaster. All right. All right. Let me look for another question. Let me look for another question. I'm looking for another quantitative type question. All right, let me look for a question. All right, this looks like a hard question. This looks challenging. I like this question. Question number 37. Yes, this doesn't look like something that you guys are going to walk over and just say, hey, this is so easy. Easy like cheesy, miss. All right, this is not an easy question. No, and sometimes I like putting questions like these because it gets to challenge you, all right? Yeah, that question is going to challenge you guys. It's going to take a little bit of effort to answer that one. Okay, so let's see how you do. Yes, it's a win-win. We learn. Miss Get Money and Learning Up. Please put me up. Yes, agree. I'll put you up. All right. Jackie is a florist and she opened her shop every day during the month of February. On average, she got 4 special orders per day. Listen now, guys. This leap year was the busiest yet for Jackie. We know for certain that. What do we know for certain? What do we know for certain? What? Guys, let me tell you something. If you guys, listen, the first person to get this right, I'm going to give you free access to the Learning Hub. Just one free access. No, guys, you're going to help me decide who should get the free access. Look at question number 37. It's a hard question, guys. But not lie. It's not easy. Let me see if you guys can get it. Let me see if you guys can get it. All right. Let me see who's going to get that. So Jackie is a florist and she opened her shop every day during the month of February. On average, she got 4 special orders per day. This leap year was the busiest yet for Jackie. We know for certain that. What do we know for certain? Tell me, guys, what do we know for certain? And this is our last question. What do we know for certain? I want to see some answers and explanation. The first person to get a good answer is going to get a month access on the Learning Hub. All right, let me see now. The Jackie is a florist and she opened her shop every day during the month of February. On average, she got 4 special orders per day. This leap year was the busiest yet for Jackie. We know for certain that the shop was open for 28 days. Who is saying that? Jackie got 116 special orders over the period. So she got 116 special orders over the periods. Jackie did not get enough orders during the month. Jackie's clients were mostly males. Let us see if you know what you know. Let's see if you guys know what you know. Let's see, let us see, let us see. All right. Let me see. Me say, boy, hey, my students and bright, you see. Remember, I'm telling my students and bright. Hey, because in a leap year, February is 28 days. No, man. Where you get that from? No, 20 is not 28 days for a leap year for February. No. Miss B, because you would times 29 by 4. But why is it 29? Come on, guys. Come on. Whiskey. Let me see what you say in whiskey. I like your name, Whiskey, but I don't know why you use that name. You need to tell me. Send me an inbox. Ah, Megan, you're always on the money. B, because in a leap year there are 29 days, so 29 times 4 equal 116. German players, you're saying B. Georgia God, you're always on the money. B, because 29 times 4 equal 116. Georgia Gordon is saying B again. Jackie got 116 special orders. All right, let's do this. This is our last question for the evening. Let's do this. All right, so check this out, guys. So Jackie is a florist. Jackie is a florist, and she opened her shop every day during the month of February. On average, she got 4 special orders per day. So every day she gets 4 orders, okay? This leap year, now guys, you see the trick? I hope you see the trick, this leap year. So now, if you know the days in the year, then you'll figure out what we're trying to do. Because remember now, the fact that we say that this leap year, it means that in a leap year, February has 29 days. All right. So if it's a leap year, then you know that it's going to be 29 days in February, right? So if she gets 4 special orders per day, it's going to be 4 times 29. And what period are we talking about? You see, Jackie is a florist and she opens her shop every day during the month of February. So we're concentrating on the month of February. So guys, it's going to be 4 times 29, which is 160, not 166. Oh, Diana Duar, let me tell you something about this now. Guys, one of the reasons why sometimes you lose points in an exam, because you rush. Yeah, you rush. And sometimes it's not that you don't know the answers, you know. You see the silly mistake that Diana made? She put 166 instead of 116. I guarantee that Diana know the correct answer is 116, but because she's rushing. So guys, especially when you're doing your math problems, don't rush. Take your time, write the numbers, look them over. All right? Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I do look forward to seeing you again in my next videos, or in my next video rather. But I look forward to seeing you in my videos, guys. So I see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be on live again. I'm going to be on Learning Hub JA, and I'm going to be on the PEP page, and I'm also going to be on my YouTube channel, which is Pep Talk with Dr. Charlotte Ashman. Guys, if you know someone who needs help, just invite them to our lives. Okay, guys, it was fun. I had fun as well, and I'm happy that you had fun too. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.